Yo, what is up guys? It's me Eve again here, and in today's video we're going to talk about the Kaiju number 8, the game. Because this game has finally gotten some kind of news about when it's gonna be releasing. It's not, again, I'm gonna disclaimer, this is not a final version of the release date. This is the only release date that we have is based off how it is in the App Store. So based off the App Store, it's gonna be releasing on the 31st of August. So I assume it's gonna be right after the season 2 ends, maybe a few weeks after that, because season 2 is supposed to come out in July, if I'm not wrong. So this is gonna be the whole season. The season 2 is gonna be broadcasted, and I guess after that is when the time for the game is to release. And it's gonna be again around August, I would assume, just purely because of how this is set in the App Store. In App Store it says 31st of August, but again, this is not final. They could definitely release it much earlier, especially if season 2 is gonna be really good. I'm hoping that there's gonna be some type of collaboration, or like the time of the same as the show progresses, the season 2 comes out. This is I think this is the perfect time for them to release the game. So with that in mind, we have some more first looks of the characters, as well as all of the stuff. They finally released the better for us to see how the whole thing works in their site. So there's obviously the trailers, the concept story for the characters. As you can see here, there's the Hikaru's mom. Hopefully she's gonna be also a playable character, as well as we got her like a 2D version in the Twitter as well. They released her 2D concept art. So I assume that could mean that we can get her as a playable character maybe at some point. That would also be really cool. In terms of characters, we can finally see a little bit more about how the character is going to look like. Obviously, we saw all of them in previous video when I showed you the trailer for the game. But in this one, we can actually see a little bit more about their own stuff, like what their ults is going to look like. So let's start with, I think the thing is, like the Kafka and Kaiju number 8 are going to be different characters. So their Kafka is probably an SR or like a 5-star in this game, and Kaiju number 8 is gonna be a 6-star. But we can see some of their stuff, how they're gonna be looking in the game. For Kafka, there's nothing much to see, but for characters like Mina, we're gonna be able to see a little bit more of her gameplay. So this is one of, I assume this is one of her like skills that we're gonna see in the game, and this is probably her ult. They don't show like exactly the whole thing for her, or this is probably gonna be her like intros or outros something. But I think this is probably skills, just purely because every character there also has the same type of stuff. Here, Reno as well. I think this is probably their like second skills or something like that. This is probably an ult, because this looks a lot like something like an ult for the character could look like. And again, this is only early because we didn't know how it's gonna look like in the end, like how they are gonna output it in the game. But it still looks okayish. Nothing too crazy though. I would love to see more like animations. Okay, as you can see here, this is like now is probably the old. This is probably the old, I would assume. Hikaru definitely looks pretty good. I definitely want to go for her whenever the game drops. And if there's gonna be a reroll, I'm probably rerolling for Hikaru, or if her mom is also gonna be in the rooster in the game there. There's definitely gonna be much more characters in the beginning of the game than this. This is like a very small amount of them, but I think they're gonna be more, and they are gonna output them, especially if it's gonna only be in August. The release date so far is only known to be close to August, so there's a long time until that, so like another month. So it's definitely gonna be outputting like more characters to showcase who's gonna be there. Like for the redhead guy, the friend of the Ichikawa, as well as there's gonna be the other like smaller units for sure there that we're gonna take a look at. Like it. So far, Hoshina actually looks the best in this game. To be honest, he looks the greatest. So far, Hoshina definitely looks the best in this game. Oh, sorry. In terms of their skill and animations, he looks the best, I think. Isawa Shinomi is also looking pretty cool, but definitely can be compared to Hoshina, I think. Hoshina is probably the best so far. But again, we'll take a look at them closer whenever there's going to be more info on them. Maybe there's going to be a full gameplay showcase or something like that. And we're going to take a look at that as well, whenever we have some more info on this. But this looks pretty cool. Like, Kaiju number 8 Ultimate is definitely going to be probably the coolest in the game. Like, if they fuck up the Kaiju number 8 Ultimate, this is just going to be sad. Also, we have, like, system information here. Obviously, nothing too crazy that we didn't knew about previously. That this is, like, combat-based battle, the strategy, all of that. Ultimates, there's going to be ultimates. Change the course of the battle with the game-changing ultimates. Yeah, it's, like, pretty much everything that we knew from the trailer. They have it on the side for now. Nothing too crazy that we didn't know. There's going to be reinforcement and enchantments. You'll have a gear system. As again, you will see, as you can see there's different types of Hoshin as well. So I assume there's going to be like Kikoro that is 6-star, there's Kikoro that is 5-star, and all of that. The same goes for Hoshino. Like Kafka and Kaiju number 8 are different characters. So Reno is going to have different type of characters. The story here, I like that when they do, it's just from the taken from anime and not just like, you know, reanimating this whole thing, because usually that is when the companies start saving up money, they don't want to invest too much on the reanimating stuff, and because of that they do shitty animations, like for example Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains did. And because of that, I like that they're just using this and maybe doing the faces of them, or like they just character there on the side with like okayish animation, and that's it for the system. Again, for the most part, no one really cares about the story. Most people already saw the anime. If you're interested in this game, you probably have seen it. So hopefully they're not gonna fuck up the story too much. There's also campaign. This is the pre-registration. I hopefully we're gonna get to the Mina Ashiro playable 4-star character here for free. The gacha ticket. We're currently on 300k. If I'm not wrong. So if we are gonna finish it, we're gonna get also the Mina Ashiro. This is not gonna be her 6-star or 5-star, whatever. There's the highest one is gonna be. It's definitely gonna be one of the playable, pullable characters in the beginning of the game. But at least getting something this, and maybe if we get even more. For the pre-registration, next one after the 500 there's going to be 1 million there, for example. That could be also great, that we can maybe gonna get at least one 5-star character for free, or maybe like a few multis as well as codes or some sort or stuff like that. So I definitely advise you go and do a pre-registration on the App Store, Google Play or Steam, whatever you're going to be playing it on. As well as, again, this is very early, that's why this is going very slow, because the game is only coming out, like there's not even a definitive date for this game. So because of that, it's kind of like lacking in terms of pre-registrations, only on 300k, but it's still good for the game that's not even fully announced. Basically, like it's announced to be there, but there's nothing we know about even the release date. So I assume on the last month we're definitely going to get to 5k, maybe even more, depending on if they're going to output more rewards for the pre-registration. I hope they definitely do, and hopefully there's like the launch should be as good as Etheria Restart did, because Etheria Restart had a great launch. I think this is one of the best launches in a long time for sure. Maybe as good as the Wuthering Waves launch was. It was really good. The Wuthering Waves, though, after like a month or so, had a little bit of a trouble, but they came back and they're shining right now. So I'm hoping the Etheria Restart and the Kaiju number 8, sorry, will be the same as Etheria. We'll get a lot of pulls, we'll get the rerolls going, all of that, just so we can have a lot of fun. in building the characters and teams, and as well as trying out different characters. Hopefully there's also going to be beta. If there's going to be beta, I'm definitely going to try to get on it and play it, because I am very interested in seeing how this game going to work out. Other than that, hopefully you liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, as well as tell me what you think about this game. I'm really excited for the game. I'm not big on the turn-based, but again, if the game is good, as for example Etheria Restart right currently is doing really well and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. If the turn-based game is actually good, I'm having a lot of fun, and Kaiju number 8 is definitely one of those games that I could have a lot of fun because I'm a fan of the series. And hopefully don't forget to join the Discord. We talk about gacha games in there as well. Also, I stream every day, so you can tune in for the streams, and hopefully you have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.